A warning tonight that a gang known for its brutality is expanding its territory right here in Maryland. Our WJZ investigation reveals that MS-13 is moving north from the D.C. area to Baltimore and beyond. Investigator Mike Helgren tells us this gang is known for using machetes to behead vulnerable young victims.
MS-13 gang members stalked their prey in Towson last July. 10 people are charged with attacking Daniel Cuellar with a machete, brazenly killing him here on Lockraven Boulevard, where a small memorial sits today. In Anne Arundel County, Jenny Rivera Lopez was strangled, her body dismembered with machetes and buried in a shallow grave. Jose Hernandez Portillo was also murdered by MS-13, his body left in Quiet Waters Park in Annapolis. And Marlon Cruz Flores is now serving a 38-year sentence for plotting to kill a hack cab driver nearby on Annapolis Neck Road. The victim survived after being ambushed with machetes. Several of his fingers were cut off.
They utilize those to dismember folks, behead folks.
WJZ was granted a rare one-on-one interview with the FBI and Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Chevalier Gibson.
What makes MS-13 stand out?
MS-13 stands out because of the gruesome nature of the violent crimes that they commit. Like, it takes a very deranged person to take a machete to behead and dismember someone.
WJZ has learned the gang has increasingly spread north from longtime strongholds in Prince George's and Montgomery counties. You can see some graffiti here in Annapolis.
Areas north of Baltimore, as well as southern Maryland as well, areas that we traditionally have not.
Are they active in Baltimore City?
Yes, we've seen a presence in Baltimore, yes.
Our investigation found members sell drugs and extort money from businesses, often on orders from leaders in El Salvador who take the profits. In an original documentary, CBSN traveled to El Salvador to look at violence generated by MS-13 that's making desperate people flee.
We were alerted to yet another shooting here. And this is one of the driving forces that compels so many people to leave the country for the U.S.
And they're recruiting in schools here. A 15-year-old Annapolis High student was beaten for refusing to join MS-13. The mother of Alexandra Reyes, a teenager from Montgomery County murdered by the gang, had this warning.
In their schools, check their friends because they're inside.
I was with friends.
One of her daughter's killers was Venus Romero Iraheta. In Iraheta's confession video, she recounts her chilling final words to the victim.
And you're going to remember me until the day we see each other in hell.
Y que no se te olvide mi nombre.
Don't forget my name.
The gang is so pervasive here.
A nationwide MS-13 tip line.
Maryland became the first state to set up a tip line where people can report activity and tipsters can remain anonymous.
We want people who are being victimized by the gang to know and to understand that that can end.
Gathering intelligence is hard because many of MS-13's targets are immigrants in the U.S. illegally and fear speaking to police.
The community is really not safe whenever you have MS-13 members walking free among us.
Despite the difficulty, federal authorities are determined to eradicate this violent threat in Maryland. Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Now, if you'd like to see if MS-13 is in your neighborhood, go to WJZ.com for an interactive map. Plus, we'll tell you how to know if your children may be hanging out with gang members.